The plan for this project is to make a doll high chair that's a little bit more modern. Here's the final design that I'm going for. We'll see how close I can get to this. The plan is to cut the pieces out of layers, which is exactly what I did here. So I took my design and I sliced it into thick slices going along front to back. The molded in feet is the part that I'm a little unsure about. The idea is to roughly cut out each layer so I have a rough bold shape. That way I don't have all this material to remove on the inside. I thought of using some sort of tool like the Arbortech mini grinder or something to hollow out the inside. But one, I don't have one, so I'd have to buy one. And two, I've never used one, so I'm not too confident in using it. And three, is there a third? I don't know. You'll know by the end of this if the result is a win or a fail. Yeah, so the biggest thing is to make sure I really could have done this easier on myself and made 3 legs, 2 in the front and then that central one out the back. That way, no matter what plane each one lands in, if they're a little bit wonky, at least won't be wobbly. I guess I could shave down a leg, but if you ever take the legs off and put them on in a different configuration, yeah. So this will be fun. So I got this big, maybe not so big, but I have this thick slab of poplar, which is about just under 2 inches. It's like 1 7/8 inches, but it's still rough. So conservatively, I could get 1 3/4 inches out of this after planing and everything. All right, so let's take the printouts, and I have enough room front to back. I can move these a little bit closer, which I might do. Right now I'm just looking to break down the boards. So if I cut this here, I want enough meat on these pieces so I can glue them up and then start shaping them down. This first solid face is like the slice, and then this is toward the back of the seat, so it actually curves in. So on this particular piece, I need to make sure I include all this, because this particular layer will need this much wood. We'll need the outer extents. I'll worry about carving the inside later. I'm not letting it dry and then I'm not putting a coat of spray adhesive on one side and the other so they permanently stick. I actually want them to be relatively easy to remove.
that only took 25 minutes. Literally. All right. Next, I want to mark each one what it is. I choked on my spit. D. Now I can peel these off. And see, if I only put the spray adhesive on one side, it comes off a little bit easier. This might end up in disaster, and I'll just end up buying a doll chair. But hey, you never know until you try.
Well, Ryan, you're so good at clamping. Look at everybody. They're all watching you with awe and excitement and jealousy of your clamping skills.
This is why they come to watch. All right. We got mostly appropriately sized clamps. And then we have this clamp. Templates. Oh no. Some templates to help me register the faces. That way I make sure that the legs are in the right plane. I got the major corners cut off here on the bandsaw. I didn't record that. That was interesting. There was a lot of material to go through. And poplar's medium density. That at least got me closer. Now I can go in and refine the shape a little bit. This seems to be working decently. Little short-sighted, lack of foresight. I don't know, poor planning. I had some weird chunks out here, taken out here, so I just filled them in with some epoxy putty. It's nice and hard now. So I'm going to go back in with the medium cuts all just to blend that back in. And then my next step is, I originally thought of having the legs removable, but now thinking about it, I don't see a point. So I think the next step is to flatten these for, I mean, these are pretty flat. I just need to make sure they're the right pitch here. But flatten for these. I'm going to leave them slightly oversized and rough. And I'm going to turn the 4 legs to be the right diameter, or ever so slightly less diameter. And gluing them on will allow me 2 things. That's 4 things. 2 things. Number 1, I can blend the bottom of the chair where the legs are coming out better into the legs. So they'll look like one piece. And 2, when they're all in, I can work on the bottoms of the legs to make sure that this is as straight and flat as possible and doesn't have any wobble. If I don't have all 4 of these points in the right place, all 4 of these faces in the right place, and I attach legs, if you unscrew it and put one in another way, one might be slightly shorter or longer and it'll be wobbly, and maybe you always have to get them in the right spot. Yeah, so no reason to have them detachable. I'm going to permanently glue them, blend them in, and yeah, they'll look a lot better that way and be more reliable. it.